Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
What happened last night was exactly why I made sure I didn't overreact to Tyrese Halliburton. Good on me.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is a feel-good Friday, May 30th. And it is a beautiful day here in Palm Beach County in the Treasure Coast. I mean, especially because last night I was kicking it with some good people, C-Cat. Last night I went to a little event near downtown West Palm, was kicking it with some very high-level people. A lot of people have nonprofits these days. Maybe I should start a nonprofit. A little 501(c)(3) action.
I don't
know
know.
what I'm saying?
The way you say with some like important people, it just makes you think that like we're not important people.
No, we're important. I just meant they were good people. We are good people. They were good people. It was just very inspiring and cool to kick it with them.
High level
thinkers, high level people. I mean, you don't
what does
consider
that make
yourself
me?
high level?
Well,
You're high level.
Okay.
The nonprofit thing was just another angle on top of how great they were. There were other things I liked, the intellect, the spirits.
But again, so you're giving all of these qualities to them, indicating that you're not used to talking to people that do have those qualities.
Right.
So I'm not intellectual.
C-Cat's on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos, and he just came to a very weird realization for himself. Not an intellectual, huh?
Your words, not mine.
I never said that. I never said you weren't intellectual. I just said that I was kicking it with some good people that would kind of, spark some ideas in my mind last night.
But I'm such an intellectual that I was picking up what you were putting down, which was a sneak diss on me.
No.
If I was not an intellectual, I would not have caught the sneak diss.
Exactly. So what are we talking about here? So you are an intellectual.
So take it back.
Yeah, see?
So you should have started the show with, I met some new intellectuals with some new people that think like you and me, C-Cat. Us smart people. I met more smart people. I'll introduce you.
You got to remember, when I say good people, it is encompassing of many values. And I consider you good people.
All right.
And they were good people as well. And I just was alluding to some of the things I picked up on.
Did you think about me when you were with them?
Yes. I was like, we need C-Cat here today. I was sitting on this one couch. It was a really nice couch. It was this nice event space at this floor play. They're calling it The Corner. Uncle Smoothie's Corner is this podcast. It's a guy that's hosting it, Chris. And his wife has this floral shop in the area. And we went and kicked it. And I was kicking it on this very nice couch amidst some beautiful arrangements of flowers. And I was feeling good. The only thing that would have made me feel better was C-Cat pulling up, dog.
That's what I was waiting for.
I met a Penn Stater, too.
They must have been pleasant.
I told him about you.
Exactly. Intellectuals. Of course they went to Penn State.
Dude also went to Harvard. Dude has written like a bunch of books. He's doing a lot. So you got to catch up, Mr. Penn Stater.
What can I say? Maybe it's in the cards for me. Just hasn't happened yet.
That's what I was going to say. He's got some years on you. So yes, it is much so in the cards for you. Hopefully it's in the cards for all of the optimistic football fans to get caught up in the wave of the headlines these days. A feel-good Friday is going to turn into a football Friday in about 97 days because that's when the NFL officially kicks off, and that's when we actually start getting some real data points on all of these offseason moves. Like, George Pickens to the Cowboys. What's that going to look like? How's it going to open up things over the middle for CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense? And, Cam Ward. Lou Riddick said it himself on ESPN. Cam Ward is maybe giving a little shades of Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, that guy. You know what I'm saying? There are lots of reasons for people to feel good on this Feel Good Friday because they are excited about their football teams. Right now, we got the OTAs going for most people. If you're not kicking it on the boat, passing out a little gas and flirting with ladies, you're likely at football practice on these mornings.
Of course. They're optional.
Yes.
But they're encouraged.
They are encouraged. Just like Fidelity is. It's encouraged. Stephon Diggs.
That was just a ricochet shot. This has nothing to do with
him.
But he just happens to not be at OTAs with the Patriots.
Right.
And he's on camera with a bunch of other women who are not Cardi B.
Just kicking it. Just having some fun. And I'm not going to stop the man from having some fun. He's got motion right now. He needs to get his motion tail out there to help Drake May in that offense. But, he's got a little motion right now, so have your fun, Stephon Diggs. I am not player hating. What I can say is it's a lot of people giving some unsolicited hate on a feel-good Friday, damn it, giving unsolicited hate in the sports realm. In many of the different professional and collegiate sports, I've been watching this happen, and maybe it's just maybe this is just like a subsidiary of how bad Twitter/X has gotten since it's been under new leadership. All the bots and engagement farming and trolls that have just polluted that platform. Or maybe it's just people have gotten bored, and it's easier to write things and say things that are anti-players than pro.
Well, yeah, there can only be one championship quarterback, championship team a year. So pretty much only one person out of the 32 are exempt from intense hate.
They are. You're right. Because then again, you win too many of them, and now people have more reason to hate you.
And then again, Jalen Hurts is still getting hate.
I was about to say,
no one's off the table when it comes to hate.
Yeah. So that will be a curious conversation for another day, is which athlete deserves more hate.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
who's getting off a little bit too easy?
Yeah.
We got to direct some hate this guy's way because he's not getting enough.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to think of who. You know what? Anthony Edwards is close to that. If you think about his performance again, not saying he does. I don't want y'all to, because I love me some Anthony Edwards.
Well, you must not have been watching too much TV the past couple of days. It's been nothing but hate for Anthony Edwards.
You're right. Maybe it's starting to come around. This is the summer of hate for Anthony Edwards. Maybe it'll turn him into a real villain instead of a play villain who storms around the Crypto.com arena after a first-round win. So we'll see what happens with that. But one guy I do know gets too much hate, and I would say in all of athletics right now, in all of sports, he gets the most undeserved hate, is right there on our YouTube stream. I hope you're watching us at ESPN West Palm on YouTube. Subscribe and watch us every single day. We stream it live. You can watch the video. You can see our pretty faces. And if you're watching us now on YouTube, you see none other than Shedeur Sanders, 12, in the Cleveland Browns jersey. A fifth-round pick. I don't think in the history of the NFL we have had a fifth-round quarterback have the amount of headlines and news and tweets and engagement about him since Shedeur Sanders. And he hadn't even thrown a damn ball in even the preseason yet. Now, we do have a Browns quarterback tracker. Big shout to ESPN Cleveland. In fact, pretty soon here, I'm going to have to get my guy Mike Rizzo, who he's got ties to ESPN Cleveland, obviously. He's a Browns fan. He's got to give me the lay of the land on what the hell is going on in Cleveland and what the obsession is around that quarterback room right now. But what I can tell you before we get Mike Rizzo in here from Russo and Rizzo, 4 to 6 p.m. right here on ESPN 106.3, what I can tell you is Shedeur Sanders gets the most undeserved hate in all of sports right now. And to me, he is in the perfect situation to turn that hate, to turn that disbelief, to turn his newfound expectations, which are much below those of what we would have said 6 months ago, into an extremely successful football career. The bar is low right now. He slid in the draft at a comical rate. He got prank called by another defensive coordinator's son, and it was on camera. The dude who thought he was going to be a top 10 pick, a first-round pick, at worst, a day 2 quarterback, got drafted on day 3, and a guy who legitimately got his number and his jersey retired in Boulder, Colorado, after having a barely above 500 winning percentage, somehow, some way comes from that background with not an elite arm, not an uber successful collegiate career, but all of the hype in the world. He comes from that background with his pops being Coach Prime. And I do believe now with Kevin Stefanski, now in quarterback hell, which is Cleveland, Ohio, now with a quarterback room that is Joe Flacco, who is refusing to mentor him. Look, Joe Flacco going back to the well. You're a Ravens fan, C-Cat. You remember how Joe Flacco gets down?
He wasn't very welcoming. He was still fighting for that quarterback job, even though we saw a couple of years of Joe Flacco that it kind of sucked, that sacrificed a Super Bowl roster in order to retain him.
Yeah, and he didn't see it. And I don't think Flacco still has a mirror, and we'll address this later on. Him, once again, going back to the well. He would not mentor Lamar Jackson. He would not mentor Anthony Richardson. Maybe he should have. And now kind of turning his back on Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and who's the other guy in that quarterback room?
Kenny Pickett.
It is Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Wow. And they traded for him.
He had the highest odds to start week 1 for the Browns back 2 months ago.
He's the forgotten man in that quarterback room.
He's less exciting in terms of, the whirlwind, because Joe Flacco brought the Browns to the playoffs 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Earned a spot, earned a check from the Colts last year, beat Richardson for a job for a couple of weeks, and then he faded away a little bit. But he's less comical than the other three, which is saying a lot.
A year ago today, even 5 months ago today, which nobody ever does that enough, right? It's always a year ago today. Why not 3 months ago today, huh? Where were you on February 30th? I guess that's the problem. So about 3 or 4 months ago, we would have said success for Shedeur Sanders looks like what, C-Cat? What would you have said? Based on the hype, the Colorado campaign, Coach Prime's words, and as well as his college performance, before all of the stuff with the draft happened, what would you have said Shedeur Sanders' success looks like in the NFL?
I would say 7 wins as the starting quarterback.
Yeah. That's fair.
In rookie year?
As a rookie, yeah.
As a rookie. I mean, we saw rookie quarterbacks struggle last year.
Now, as he enters a 4-man quarterback competition with Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and Joe Flacco, as he walks into Cleveland, Ohio in the AFC North, one of the most contentious divisions and with the most decrepit roster in that division, and as he does so as a 5th-round pick, where are your newfound expectations for what a successful rookie campaign would look like for Shedeur?
Winning the quarterback job and finishing the season as a Cleveland Browns quarterback, winning half as many games as he starts in.
Spot on. And that's why I say Shedeur Sanders is in the perfect spot right now. America loves redemption stories. Now, right now, America's in a very divisive point, and everybody loves to hate. And he is the most hated athlete in sports, especially when it comes to the undeserved hate. What has Shedeur done to you for you to get so riled up, so anti-Shedeur Sanders, so mad at a kid who literally just wants to live out his NFL dreams, and he's a little confident about it. He does put it in your face.
Flashing the Rolex.
Yeah.
And playing his music when touchdowns are scored.
If he wins 5 games, if the Browns win 5 games and Shedeur Sanders ends the year as the starting quarterback in Cleveland, I would say his rookie season was a roaring success. And he has the ability to do so. When you look at them investing in their run game through the draft, 2 running backs, Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee, SEC reigning SEC Offensive Player of the Year, Dylan Sampson. And then in the second round, you get Quinshawn Judkins. Wasn't he on the cover of CFB 25? Judkins? Yeah.
Maybe.
Ohio State running back? Yeah.
Wait, we talking about like last year?
Yeah, last year's CFB.
They had a lot of players in that cover.
I know.
I don't know.
He was one of them. See, obviously, you weren't getting smoked enough. I should have invited you to more games, and then the more I smoked you, the more you would have been looking at that cover, and you quit out of it.
That's true.
Judkins was on the cover. He's on the Browns. He's hopefully the second coming to Nick Chubb is what they're wanting him to be as a guy that played his college ball right there in in Ohio. Shedeur Sanders also, most importantly, has Kevin Stefanski, a man who has the job security, at least more than Brian Daboll is going to have with Jackson Dart. A man who is a quarterback whisperer, and he's had a history of getting some good, excellent play out of quarterbacks we didn't expect it out of. Let's not forget how Baker did also his first year with Stefanski. Let's not forget how Joe Flacco actually excelled a little bit more than we expected with the Browns the year he came in and helped them to the playoffs. And Stefanski has consistently been a guy that we trust as a good offensive mind and a quarterback whisperer, and he comes in with low expectations. Don't know what the receiver room is going to actually do for him. Cedric Tillman looked good on the back of last year. I don't want to get too deep into the Browns talk, right? Because that's not what matters here. Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy, sure, whatever. He's got some weapons out there. They drafted a tight end Fannin in the draft. Here's what I do know. He's the most hated, especially the most undeserved hated player and athlete in sports, and he's on the precipice of a redemption tour this rookie season that is going to be absolutely resounding. And all of that comes because he slipped in the draft. Expectations have shifted, and I think they're far easier for him to clear, especially because I'm not even a Shedeur guy. If I was a quarterback needy team, I wouldn't even really necessarily want my team to draft Shedeur Sanders. I don't think he's absolutely special as a quarterback. think he's cool. I think he's good. I think he could maybe be like a Purdy, a Goff, or something like that at the top. And I don't think that's what gets you Super Bowls in this league. I think his ceiling is around that level of player. But as a fifth-round pick, sign me up.
These cards couldn't have fallen better if you changed the Browns uniform to a different team that doesn't have a cloud over it. That's the only thing that makes it funky is you don't expect success in a Browns uniform.
That's the thing.
But the number one difference between a top pick in the draft and a middle round in the draft for the individual is the money. And we know Shedeur Sanders isn't in financial ruins without getting a top 5 pick over on the NFL draft, which he missed out on, which we thought he might go in not only the first round, but the first half of the first round.
And that would have changed everything.
That changed everything in terms of finances. That changes everything in terms of expectations. And now, like you said, all the expectations have dropped to the floor.
They have. They absolutely have. And I don't want to speak for Browns fans. Can't do that. I also don't want to speak for like the pro Shedeur or the Colorado media propaganda train because I'm definitely not a part of that. I want to see them succeed. Happy for them. I don't really care as much. Big Travis Hunter guy here, though. But what I will say is Shedeur Sanders, I feel good. It's a feel-good Friday on Theoretically Speaking on this Friday. And thinking about all the things around sports and the NBA playoffs and the NFL OTAs and whatnot, I feel good about Shedeur Sanders' upcoming rookie season, and you should as well. One person that could help us out with how the feelings are around Cleveland, Ohio, and Shedeur Sanders is Mike Rizzo from Russo and Rizzo. You know him from 4 to 6 p.m. here on ESPN 106.3. He's a Browns fan, Ohio State guy as well.
Big time.
Congrats on the title.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
And also you are a newly minted, I guess you are a Shedeur stan. Where do you stand as a Browns fan on Shedeur?
I wanted Shedeur in the first round. So I think this it's added value, but this is why we got to be careful. Colin and I talk about this all the time. This is why you got to be careful when you see some of these mock drafts because, Mel lost his mind. And I love Mel Kiper, but Mel Kiper lost his mind that he went in the 5th round. So that's why you got to keep your ear to the ground as far as like, hey, what are you hearing? Where do you think these guys are going to go? And I think the NFL sent Shedeur a message. Neither here nor there. I'm a big Shedeur Sanders fan. And what's happening in the city right now, in the city of Cleveland?
What the hell is happening? Because they're going crazy at ESPN Cleveland. They're doing stat trackers at OTAs.
Tracker. They're doing quarterback tracker. My guy Tony Grossi, who's been covering the Browns longer than we've been alive, Theo, is doing the quarterback tracker. They're keeping track of each and every throw these quarterbacks are making at OTAs. And there have been factions that have been separated throughout the city. Are you Are you part of the Dylan Gabriel faction? Are you part of the Shedeur Sanders faction? I told you the Flacco fever. That's still a thing. And then Kenny Pickett. Now,
nobody's part. Does he have the least drops in his bucket?
Absolutely, absolutely. But you got to realize the guys running the team, and Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry, they're stat geeks. They're stat nerds. They think football games are won on an analytical stat sheet, on a Microsoft Excel sheet. Fair play to them. There's a lot of football, I think, there are a lot of football minds that use analytics. I'm not poo-pooing analytics. I just think the Browns use it a little too much. And quickly, I want to rehash what happened in the draft, too. Dylan Gabriel was drafted in the 3rd round. You want to know what that tells me?
What?
The GM and the head coach want Dylan Gabriel.
Nice.
Shedeur Sanders was drafted with the final pick the Browns had in the 2025 NFL draft. That tells me that the owner who had dinner with Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders and has a relationship with the Sanders looked at their GM and said, listen, take him. This is a 5th round pick. What do we have to lose? Take Shedeur Sanders. That's my 2 cents on it. And maybe Andrew Berry was doing the analytical side of, hey, maybe we could even trade this guy for a 4th round pick
later on
down the line later on. But what I think is going to happen.
What I think is going to happen is he's going to win 10 games in his rookie season, rookie of the year, and y'all go into the playoffs.
I think Shedeur is going to knock the socks off of these guys in camp, training camp, OTAs, whatever it may be. And I think he's going to be at least the backup quarterback to start the season.
What the hell?
At least
the wheels really came off of that take.
And then listen, 4.5 is the Browns' win total.
Yeah.
If Kevin Stefanski wins 4 games, 5 games, I think he's out of a job. And I love Kevin Stefanski.
Overreaction.
I love Kevin Stefanski. This is a team
pre-overreaction.
This is a team and an organization,
Setting them up for fire.
They can't go through what they went through last year. People expect
what? Stop for a second. Please, quickly. Mike Rizzo. Mike Rizzo here from Russo and Rizzo joining us. He's a Browns fan from Cleveland. You just said that Browns fans and the Browns staff can't go through what they went through last year like they haven't gone through the past 30 years.
But Theo, there's a window. There was believed a window that this Browns team can compete. Myles Garrett, I love him to death.
What's changing between this year and last year?
The injuries. Dude, the team was battered with injuries last year. You're going to be better on the offensive line. And the run game with Samson from Tennessee and my guy Quinshon Judkins from the Buckeyes.
They'll be just as good next year.
Dude, they're going to be great.
Yeah.
The Browns are going to be able to run the football.
Right.
And I think if you get subpar quarterback play, and I think Kevin Stefanski is a good offensive coordinator, I want Stefanski to find his guy. Am I a Shedeur Sanders guy, Theo? Absolutely.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I'm a Browns fan more than anything, and I want the Browns to get the best guy for the job, meaning I want the best quarterback that is going to succeed in the Kevin Stefanski offense. If that's Dylan Gabriel, great. If that's Shedeur Sanders, great. I think, though, Shedeur is going to knock the socks off a couple of people in the organization.
Well, let's hang a dang banner. Let's do it, baby.
We're not hanging any banners.
I mean, hey, Browns fans, you need a reason to celebrate, man. Hey, yeah, Mike Rizzo, he's on board. Yeah. Go Browns.
You can't say
Browns.
he's pre-fired if something's not met, though.
Wait, I thought we were having a good time.
I'm jigging.
He's high on
But didn't we hear
Shedeur Sanders?
Haslam, if I recall, one of the Browns say the Deshaun Watson situation, hands up. That's on me.
Yeah, he did.
No, it's all my fault. And we can all agree, you specifically, Browns fan Mike Rizzo, that the Deshaun Watson signing, trading, was a move that set back the organization years.
Yes.
It did. But in the end of the day, if it netted you a starting quarterback like Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel, everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah, sure. And here's what I'll say. Here's what I want to say. Number one, because I made this point. Do you think Shedeur is the most undeserved, hated athlete in sports right now?
Probably.
There's some
a lot of it, Theo, I think is indirected, self-inflicted, right? I mean, he's very flashy. He's a guy who likes to be in the limelight. I have no problem with it.
On Instagram,
I have no problem with it.
I put this question out on Instagram, and a guy 3 Black Shades says it's Dak Prescott, and it's not even close. Is Shedeur Sanders not more hated than Dak Prescott?
I mean, Dak is hated because he's the Cowboys quarterback, and they don't win anything.
Yeah, it's deserved.
That's why
and
he's
hated.
hated.
Slid at the end of a playoff game.
Shedeur is hated because he made a ton of money in NIL. He played for his dad in college,
and that's hate.
And like I said, indirect hate. That's the best way I can put it for Shedeur. I'm all behind him. I hope he's his starting quarterback. I think he's going to be the best quarterback out of the bunch. But as I said, I got to reiterate what I said. Shedeur might be my guy. I just want to win games, and I want the best quarterback for the job.
Okay. I'm going to take you up on that. So this fall, when I revisit what's going on with the Browns, all you want is games won and best quarterback for the job.
Correct.
And standing here today, I want you to give me 2 answers right quick, and I'll let you get back to prepping for Russo and Rizzo. Number 1, who do you currently think the best quarterback for that job is? And then number 2, what's the pulse of Cleveland? Who are they pulling for the most right now?
All right, well, let me answer the latter first because it's Shedeur Sanders.
Okay, they want Shedeur. Okay.
People want Shedeur Sanders.
That's good.
And then who I think is probably going to be the starter, Dylan Gabriel.
Wow.
I think Dylan Gabriel. You drafted him in the 3rd round.
Are we forgetting?
You drafted him over – hang on. C-Cat, you drafted Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur Sanders.
But who did the man with the money want?
You drafted him over meeting the man with the money, Jimmy Haslam.
Yeah.
He wanted Sanders.
Okay.
But I think Kenny Pickett's the odd man out. Look at the teams.
yeah, definitely.
Look at the teams who need quarterbacks,
Dead
too.
man walking.
Right? Remember the Saints? I believe the Saints need a quarterback after Derek Carr retired. Now, they could go with the young kid, Blau, maybe, from Louisville. I apologize.
Tyler Shuck.
There you go. Not
Tyler.
Blau.
It's gonna be. They got a Tyler Shuck.
Blau?
I don't know.
But yeah, the Louisville kid, they could go all in on that. But you think they might want to bring in a veteran quarterback. I say Kenny Pickett.
Is he trying to sell Kenny Pickett on the Saints?
I am.
You just got him, dude. You just traded for him.
Dude, you guys know I dislike the Steelers being a Brown fan.
Yeah.
I did an Irish jig, and I'm Sicilian. I don't do an Irish jig. I did an Irish jig when the Steelers drafted Kenny Pickett 1st overall because I knew it wasn't going to pan out. And that's a move
What does
the
an Irish
Steelers
jig
don't
even
make.
look like?
You don't want to know.
Wow.
Very embarrassing.
Are we forgetting the Browns traded back in the first round for next year's?
Yeah, they got two picks.
Yeah, but that's
you want a quarterback next year? Shouldn't that be the aim? Is not to win the quarterback room this year, but to lose to have a great pick next year.
If you find your quarterback this year, if you find your franchise quarterback this year, that gives you a lot more power in the next draft to get the best player available. So say Shador and or Dylan Gabriel is your franchise quarterback. You win 8 games. You look good. The quarterback looks good. Isn't that amazing that you have all of that added value in return in the draft to go improve your team now? Denzel Ward, great player, getting old. Myles Garrett, he's in his prime of his career. I would probably say 2 more, 3 more years for Garrett playing at the level that he's playing. Yeah. You could add more pieces to an already good roster. I know you guys don't think the Browns have good pieces, but Jim Schwartz, I think, is a good defensive coordinator. I know they struggled last year. Top 7. And then the defense, I think, is good as well. You could go get the best receiver available next year. There's a lot of things the Browns can do if they figure out the quarterback.
Now that Aaron Glenn left the Lions and he's a head coach, I'll give him top 7 for sure. Schwartz. Yeah. Really good.
You're in the AFC. You're not going to get a competing quarterback that would complete a team to compete in that conference with any of the quarterbacks that are in the room right now. You got to aim for 2026.
Yeah, this is best case scenario for you. I'm going to lay it out for you, then we're going to go to break here.
4.5 is disgustingly disrespectful.
It's a little low, but it's the Browns.
It's disrespectful.
Well, then bet a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I already did. That and the Buckeyes' future to win a national championship.
Okay, well, you might be a sucker. Okay, so this is exactly what they want. Fans of the Browns to feel it's disrespectful and then bang the. Okay, I might be with you, though. Here's what I'll say. Best case scenario for y'all is Shador Sanders plays at a high enough level, like you said, to where you can trade off of him after the first year, but you have the optionality of either trading off of him or keeping him and trying to go with him into the future. You want him to win 6 or 7 games. You want him to have a stat line that makes not just your own locker room, but other teams feel confident in him.
I got to say, look the part.
It's not going to be Dylan Gabriel, though. It would have to be Shador Sanders. I don't care how good Dylan Gabriel looks.
You're down on Gabriel?
Absolutely not.
I love Joe Flacco.
You can sell Shador.
I love Flacco. I appreciate everything he did 2 years ago. If you start Flacco and Pickett, you're wasting time.
Over it. It's over.
You're wasting time. You know what they are.
Russo and Rizzo 4-6. Make sure you get more of that Browns action, a little Cleveland flair from Mike Rizzo on that. I appreciate your time. Okay, no, you took your headphones with you. Now you're good. Keep going. Get out of here. Let's get at them. C-Cat, let's go to break. I will say this. Last time I bought in too heavily on a rookie quarterback.
Wasn't that long ago, was it?
It was. Last year?
This show's not that old. It happened on this show.
It didn't go so well. So I'll address that specifically on the other side. And I will apologize for my bad take. But I don't want to think about it's a feel-good Friday. So it's a feel-good Friday. I'm apologize on the other side for my horrible quarterback take on rookies in a second. And we might have a special guest to help us with it. That's Seek, and I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Big news, West Palm Beach. Greenway Kia is rolling out the red carpet for our grand reopening, and you're invited. Right now, drive home in a new 2024 Kia Telluride. Luxury, performance, and value starting at just $38,998. No tariffs, just huge savings. Get incentives up to $11,000 off MSRP on select new Kias. Got a trade-in? We need it. Any make, any model, any condition. We'll give you up to $6,000 over Kelley Blue Book value towards the purchase of any red tag Kia in stock. Worried about credit? Don't be. If you got a job bringing home $350 a week, we want to improve your credit today. So what are you waiting for? Come celebrate our grand reopening at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or visit GreenwayKiaWestPalmBeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
With approval through KFA, stock number SG005991, MSRP $45,235, plus tax tag and $9.99 admin fee. Negative equity refinance. Offers don't combine.
Evan Cohen here, reminding you that ESPN 106.3 is the official home for Inter Miami Soccer. Saturday, it's a heavyweight clash in the East. Inter Miami hosts Columbus with big stars on display. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. only on ESPN 106.3. Messi and mayhem.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values venues in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
The Unlimited Auto Wash Clubs with 6 locations, perfect for an occasional wash. Or enjoy unlimited inside and out washes starting at just $49.95 a month. UnlimitedAutoWashClub.com. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO.
Introducing DQ Grill & Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill & Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill & Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Hi, this is Scott Smith of Smith Ball, Baez & Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. I have said it many times before, and I will continue to say it for many years to come. There is never a good time for a car accident to occur, and most certainly never ever a good time to suffer injuries in any type of an accident. The accident and its overall aftermath will usually cause pain, difficulty, and stress. Florida law allows accident victims to recover compensation for such losses, injuries, and damages. But such recovery is often not obtained easily and can require a lengthy fight with an insurance company. If you've been injured in an accident, call us now. Don't delay. The initial consultation is completely free of charge. The sooner you call us, the sooner we can put our experienced legal team to work for you. Don't hesitate or pause for another minute. Our experience, knowledge, and resources could be working for you just minutes after the call. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball, Baez & Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball, Baez & Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
You know what was hilarious, Kat?
Who?
When Mike tried to act as if the Browns couldn't suffer through another season of losing.
They've had enough.
He's like, they can't have another year like last year. Well, why the hell not? That's what the Browns football is all about. Much love to Mike Rizzo. Appreciate him pulling up. Russo and Rizzo 4 to 6. Tap in for more from our guy. Now, you know, Browns fans might be allergic to winning. I think the Kaiser Seahawks are addicted to winning. That's what it feels like. And that's a good kind of addiction to have in sports. The Kaiser Seahawks, they're all about championships in the classroom and now also on the tennis courts. For the first time ever, the men's tennis team are now national champs. That's right. That's right. Congrats to Coach Robert McAdoo and the Seahawks tennis squad for winning their first ever NAIA title. They beat down on Georgia Gwinnett, who had won the previous 10 national championships. The tennis team raises the red banner right after the men's lacrosse team raised the red banner for the 3rd straight year. I mean, Kaiser has 26 and counting national titles in its history of programs, plus 70-plus conference championships. Kaiser University Athletics, tap in with them, check in on them. Keep track of the Seahawks, KUSeahawks.com. They got it flowing. They got it flowing. They got it going. We must be addicted to losing as well, C-Cat, because we lost the punchline picks last year with football.
Yeah, we did not pick games, whether they're against the spread, even over-unders. We weren't very good, especially compared to Russo and Rizzo.
It was terrible. So if you don't know what punchline picks was, C-Cat and I, theoretically speaking, went up against Russo and Rizzo in a pick against the spread thing with football this past football season. And they whooped our tail so bad that in the last couple of weeks, it was like our last week, we had to just fade them on every pick. That was our only chance of tying it up.
We lost all control.
Yeah. And the punishment was for C-Cat and I to do a stand-up comedy set. The football season ended in February.
Yeah, we're kind of beating around the bush.
Yeah, it's May.
We're closer to next season than we are to last season.
I know. So we do need to get our tails into a comedy club soon and tell some stand-up comedy. And you know what I thought about, C-Cat? As we begin to prep for this, we're going to need some help because the longer we've made people wait, the more they're going to actually expect from us.
Yeah, we've been in the writer's room.
Yeah. So, to elicit said help, I'm calling in a favor right now. A surprise guest here, and his favorite team is part of the reason why we lost Punchline Picks so heavily. Kevin Bozeman, he's appeared on Comedy Central, NBC, CBS, and Fox. Right now, he's got his dry bar comedy special, Clean and Unfiltered, with over 7 million views. He's a Bears fan. He's a Sox fan. And now he's appearing here on Theoretically Speaking to help us out because this stand-up comic can probably give us a lot of tips and also give us some excuses for why his Bears were so bad. Kevin Bozeman, what's happening with you?
What's cracking, homeboy? First of all, first time I've ever been on a radio show and someone sent a shout out to the Kaiser Seahawks. You know how hard it is for me. You know how hard it is for me to hear something and go, I've never heard of the school before in my life. And now you giving them a shout out.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Seahawks. Hopefully, they cover some spreads for some people. Put some money in people's pockets.
You know what? Just bet on them to win national titles every year because they keep seeming to do it in every sport pretty much. That's what you got to lock in on. Now, the way that we maybe pat our pockets a little bit more, and this might hurt your feelings because you're a White Sox fan, right? Like
I am a White Sox fan. I'm a bigger fan of money
than the White Sox.
Like money over everything. You know that, Theo. Money over everything.
So the White Sox and the Bears have been bad money for people if they're betting on them this past year. In fact, I went and ran the numbers. 2024, the Bears were 9-7-1 against the spread, so a little bit better than their record, but still, the amount of times I bet via Punchline Picks that the Bears would cover was definitely a little bit disproportionate to how many times they did. So we lost our bet. C-Cat and I now have to prep stand-up routines. And what's the first piece of advice you give people when you're doing your big stand-up, routines and you come down and there's an aspiring comedian that walks up to you and is like, I would love to do what you do. Kevin Bozeman says what?
Oh, that's a great question, actually. The first thing is crazy and it's simple, but people don't apply it. Any jokes that you write, you have to think that they're funny yourself. It's basically like, you're selling your jokes, right? You're selling your jokes to the audience.
Yeah.
And basically it's just like if you work for a sales company, you have to believe in a product before you sell it.
Huh. So you got to believe you are funny.
You gotta, so a lot of times people, that's true. It does.
It starts there.
It does help. But a lot of people do material because they think this is what people want to hear as opposed to doing things that's funny to them. People might talk about hot topics because, this is what the people want to hear. And so they fall into that trap because they don't have any actual real takes, but they're just talking generic stuff. But if you think you have a funny joke, that's going to help because you're going to sell it harder because you think it's funny.
That makes a lot of sense when you say it, and it's kind of like anything, right? Like if I think I got a good sports take, I'll deliver it a little bit harder because I actually believe in it. And my worst sports take of last year was when I said the Chicago Bears were going to win 12 games and Caleb Williams will be Rookie of the Year. So that didn't go so well for me. I'm curious, what's the worst bombing you had on the stand-up stage that you regret putting out there? Because I regret my Bears take right now.
Listen, man, if you're not bombing in stand-up comedy, you're doing it wrong.
Perfect. That's perfect for me and C-Cat. That's perfect.
Here's why. Because whenever you're crafting a new set, it's just going to take some losses. You take so many losses in stand-up, Theo. You are basically the White Sox and the Rockies farm team.
But here's the thing. I only got one stab at this, dog. Like, how long do we have to go?
How much time do you have to do?
Yeah, so let's say
a solid 5 to 10.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Shoot for 5. 10 minutes is a long time, bro. You shoot for 5. A 10-minute set is an eternity. If you ever do a late night spot on TV,
yeah,
they only do 4 to 5 minutes.
Really?
On a late night spot. You're about to try to do 10? Let's think about it like this. 10 minutes is you speaking nonstop and getting a laugh every 12 to 15 seconds.
Sheesh. That's how many laughs you're supposed to get? It's like a laugh
You should be cranking out 4 to 5 punchlines per minute.
Should we go with a bigger crowd or a smaller crowd? Because I feel like smaller crowd is more, it's harder because you got a smaller audience to try and please and make laugh, but it's less embarrassing if you bomb.
Well, you listen, I like intimate settings. It depends. If you wanna go big, go big.
Zeke has a history of trying to go big.
Go big. Why not? If it's gonna be your only time, what happens though if you do it and you love it and you fall in love with it and you want to keep doing it?
I quit this job.
Yeah.
I quit the job. So the day that happens, I will leave.
As a traveling comic, I can tell you, do not do that. You keep that day job, boy.
A lot of late nights. I got to catch you. You come out to South Florida often, right? I know you've been to Delray. You've performed out here.
Yeah, Delray. I've done Key West. I come out. KevinBozeman.com has all of my tour dates. I don't have anything specifically right away. I'm hopping on a cruise in July, so I'll be out in Fort Lauderdale, and I plan on hitting y'all up and y'all taking me out
to dinner.
We got to repay you for your advice. Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Listen,
I've got a question for you, Kevin.
This is real expensive advice I'm giving y'all. So it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you some red snapper or something, homie.
So my question for you is, I'm writing these jokes and I'm struggling here because I don't know which is worse, offending the audience or not making the audience laugh. What's the lesser of two evils?
Offending the audience, because if you don't make them laugh, you don't make them laugh. If you offend them, they hate you.
Have you ever offended an audience? Have you ever walked out somewhere?
Yeah, I live in yes.
Oh no.
Yes, and I will continue to offend, but there's a way to do it. And there's, sometimes people going to just be offended no matter what. But you feel like nowadays people come to spots and they are just looking for you to rub them. They're looking to call management on you.
It's like
they got their phone in their hand, waiting.
They're buying tickets almost like they're the guy that wore the Pacers jersey to go to MSG. Just to be just kind of be like a heckler,
he's asking for it.
And the Pacers ain't even playing.
Yeah, they're asking for it. They're just putting themselves in harm's way. I would say this though: more than likely, if you guys are writing jokes, your biggest problem without even seeing your jokes that's written is they're probably too wordy. You're probably giving out too much information.
Okay. Too much setup. Too much setup. Too much storytelling.
One way to do it is when you writing your jokes out. Write your jokes out and long, like pen, pad, no computer, pen, pad. And then when you get to your punchline, write your punchline in a different color ink. And then look at how many words you're saying before you get to your punchline. And then you'll be like, that's a lot of stuff. And see if you can make it smaller and without losing the context of your joke.
I love that. Absolutely love that, because I also think the art that we have lost is actually putting pen to pad, because I know you've been in your notes app. I've been in my notes app as well, and that's not going to serve us any justice.
Pen to pad helps you remember better.
Kevin,
you're actually writing out the words.
KevinBozeman.com. Kevin Bozeman, a stand-up comedian. You've been doing it for what, 25 plus years?
25, baby.
25.
25 in the game.
25 in the game.
Hey, shout out, man. I got a podcast too called Bo's Knows, and this is why it's so disappointing that you took the L. I specifically focus on sports gambling, and you are taking L's thousands of miles away.
Wow.
But all you got to do is tap into the resources.
I should have been watching. I should have been streaming that before I did my picks.
Buddy. I'm killing. Right now, my number one bet is I bet at the beginning of the year that the Rockies were going to have the worst record in baseball at plus 250. I don't even think they're like 9 games behind the White Sox. I don't even think they're going to catch them.
Are they going to even finish the season?
They're going to be a 20-win team. They're going to be 100. They're going to be 20 wins and 140 losses, dude. They are so bad.
Have they offered you a cash out yet? Are they begging for you to get?
They have not offered me a cash out, but fade the Rockies. Take them on the run line. I've been betting White Sox Rockies parlay to lose both games.
Yeah.
They pay out.
That's crazy.
Do you watch
That's
these
crazy.
And you're getting almost even money for them. Like right now, I took the White Sox tonight to lose to the Orioles and the Rockies to lose to the Mets. That's a minus 120. I need to stop speaking about degenerative.
No, here's what I'll say, though. Here's what I'll say to anybody listening and watching right now that just tapped in. Kevin Bozeman, stand-up comedian, also from the south side of Chicago, also a White Sox fan, who is letting you know, yeah, he loves money more than he loves the Sox, and he's making money off of them. I think I would have to take that to heart. I might have to tap in on it.
These strategies very profitable, as we are seeing now. My question is, are you watching these games, or are you scrolling and you're just refreshing?
Not.
Okay, good. Okay.
Absolutely.
You don't have to.
Why would you? I do go to, I still love going to the games. I go to White Sox games all the time. I'll say this. I'll say this. If you're seriously about crafting a set for stand-up, you need to run it a couple of times. You need to hit up a couple of open mics and just run it a couple of times.
Before the big show.
And then just to see what your voice sounds like, get your beats down, and then run it.
Okay. I'll take that.
So take little L's before you take the big L.
Okay, yeah.
What about the W?
Take some preseason losses.
When does the W come is my only issue.
I get used to losing. Yeah. You just kind of get accustomed.
You become a White Sox fan.
I think if you stay in your wheelhouse, you can sneak off with a W. I'm for sure you're going to have a supportive crowd there. I know you're going to have.
Yeah, we're going to have you. We're going to have you. We're going to have our coach, Coach Kevin Bozeman. Yeah, you got to
we got to pay you not just to perform that night, but to laugh at our jokes.
Yes.
Like a little, like a 20% on the side is to be the lead laugher.
Yeah.
I will heckle you two with no end before I ever.
We got to give him the wrong date.
Before I ever give you the comfort of a fake laugh, I will prepare to crash this plane with all three of us in it. Like, no way. That is an insult to the game. We will go down, the three of us, in flames before I give you the comfort of a fake laugh.
Is that against the rules in stand-up comedy? Is that an unwritten rule? You cannot give a fake laugh for another comedian?
A lot of time comics give those laughs as like a sarcastic, like, hey, man. It'll be like a, ha!
Oh, no. That would hurt. That exact sound right there would hurt.
From the back of a room, so you know it's from another comic.
Kevin, who's the best in the game right now not named Kevin Bozeman?
Oh, man, there's so many really good ones, dude. All the ones that you guys like are the ones that I like, Chappelle and Burr. I always say, though, that, Eddie Murphy has always been the funniest person on the planet. Not necessarily the best stand-up, but all the things. If you take all the things, sketch comedy, stand-up comedy, animation, carrying movies, Saturday Night Live, doing like he's checked so many boxes, and he's been in it since the early '80s. So that's 40 years
evolving.
40 years of dominance where he's been dominating. But Deion Cole is great, by the way.
Deion Cole, another Chicago brother.
He is. He's so good. He has such a way of painting. That's what you're doing, basically. You're painting a story so people can see it with your words. So think about it like that. Are you painting a picture, Theo? Theoretically speaking, are you painting a picture with your jokes?
I sure would hope so. I sure would hope so because it was definitely not a masterpiece what we did with the punchline picks. Kevin Bozeman, I appreciate your time pulling up. I appreciate you dropping some knowledge on us. We will treat you to that steak dinner on CCAT's tab. Just let me know next time you're down here in South Florida.
All right, homeboy, for sure.
That's the dog right there, Kevin Bozeman, stand-up comedian. He tours. You can check him out at kevinbozeman.com. He's been on Comedy Central, NBC, CBS, and Fox. And, of course, he has his Bo's Nose podcast, talking sports, giving you the insights, parlaying. Rockies loss, White Sox lost. Winning motive, apparently. C-Cat, that was Kevin Bozeman joining us on the Baptist Health Hotline. Y'all know what to do to pop in on the show and drop some knowledge like he just did. That was pretty good. That was right on time. And if you want to drop some insights on this as well, you know how to get in touch. Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776.
When Kevin joins a different radio show 15 years from now, when someone else asks him who's the best in the stand-up game right now, he's going to say, well, you hear Chappelle all the time. Even Rogan gets love on the stage sometime. I got to say, Theo Dorsey.
Come on.
Christian Cat.
Yes.
You might know him as Theo and C-Cat for Theoretically Speaking.
Yes.
They're actually the best in the game right now.
It's going to be it's going to be a duo.
Exactly.
We're going to be the first duo to make it big in comedy. Touring together.
Yeah.
That would be kind of... Has anybody ever done... Oh, there's the...
There's the guys that were on the Tom Brady roast that did a duo. It was Jeff Ross and somebody else.
Yeah.
Or no, it was not. It was Tom Segura with somebody.
Tom Segura with somebody? Yep.
Bert Kreischer, maybe?
Yes, maybe. I don't know. There's a duo from like the 90s and early 2000s I'm missing on right now that I know is a duo and I just can't get it through my head. Maybe we'll just do the next Kings of Comedy, just me and you.
Okay.
Kings of Comedy part 2.
Florida's Funniest, C-Cat and Theo.
We're going to do it. The Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Get around on the other side. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
The quality of our choices affects the quality of our lives. So, when it comes to how you move, do you choose to see a doctor or go to the #1 orthopedic specialist in the world, backed by a team who custom tailor your treatment? Do you choose to live with limitations or live life to the fullest by going to the place that's #1 at getting people back to what they love? Choose better, move better. Locations in West Palm Beach and Wellington. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida.
Duffy's Sports Grill is raising a glass to the class of 2025. Every graduation deserves a party, and Duffy's is the place to celebrate. Reserve your spot now and let Duffy's handle it all. With private party spaces, party platters, and custom menus for groups of 12 or more. Plus, now through June 15th, get a $10 MVP bonus for every $50 in gift cards you grab. Level up your graduation at Duffy's. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to book your party today. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Don't let the rising temperatures catch you off guard. Hey, it's Colin Russo, and since 1960, John C. Cassidy Air Conditioning and Plumbing has proudly served Palm Beach County, keeping homes cool and comfortable. Now's the time to upgrade your AC with great financing options. Plus, ask about the Cassidy Care Club, providing year-round peace of mind. Cassidy is part of our local community and supports organizations like the YMCA and the Palm Beach Gardens Youth Athletic Association. Keep cool with Cassidy Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Find out more at CassidyAC.com.
Introducing DQ Grill and Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill and Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu. So let it rip.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Let's play a quick game, C-Cat. I'm going to say the quote. You guess who said it.
I'm game.
All right. Quote, it literally is about 3 inches, so I don't think it's that big a deal.
I'm going to have to go with...
It's tough, right?
It's tough because I feel like I could get in a lot of trouble with anything I say right now.
It literally is about 3 inches, so I don't think it's that big a deal. This is a quote.
I'm going to go with no answer. You know, I'm cutting the losses. I'll be honest, thin ice when it comes to comedy and taking risks, so I'm going to abstain.
You're right. That was a smart move. It was Chip Kelly talking about Ashton Genty's stance change.
Okay.
So, yeah. Just take that in.
I won't. Or I will. It won't be a big deal.
Oh man! Why didn't we have that for Kevin Bozeman? Then he would have been impressed by us.
Get him back on.
We gotta get on tour.
We gotta rehearse it. We gotta do it again.
We gotta do it again.
As if it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh man. Speaking of just great stuff, Duffy Sports Grill is raising a glass to the class of 2025. Duffy Sports Grill raising a glass to the class of 2025. Congrats to y'all, man. Congrats on graduating. And every graduation deserves a party. At Duffy's is the place to celebrate. So reserve your spot now and let Duffy's handle all of it. Got private party spaces, party platters, custom menus for groups of 12 or more. No matter the size of the party, there's 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day, and 80 or more televisions at every Duffy's location. Don't worry about if there's multiple things going on in sports or in life. 80 or more televisions, you'll catch all of it. Plus, now through June 15th, you get a $10 MVP bonus for every $50 in gift cards that you grab. Duffy's, our game is always on. Duffy'sMVP.com. Schedule your graduation party today. Sorry, C-Cat. I almost put you in a hole there, but you are a veteran. See, 2 months ago, you would have just jumped right in.
Yeah.
And it could have went great. It could have went very poorly, as we've seen.
Risk reward.
Yes. But now that you know what I was talking about, it makes sense. Chip Kelly just talking about Ashton Genty's stance.
I'm what they call on comedic probation.
You are.
Like, I'm not in any place to take risks behind the live radio mic.
I know. Yeah, it sucks, man. That was a fun cat we had back in the day.
Yeah, you like when I was unhinged?
Yeah, you just were going.
Now, exactly. With the comedy, now I'm like that used to be your party animal friend who has kids. Yeah. And now he just is neutered.
You saw you watched the last season of White Lotus.
Did not.
You didn't, I thought you did.
I watched the first episode and couldn't get really... Because I didn't love seasons 2 like everyone else did as much. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That sucks.
So this reference is not even worth saying anymore?
Well, I mean, it just you wouldn't understand it.
Exactly. Maybe someone listening might.
Okay.
Quickly, 5 seconds.
Okay. All right. So just quickly, the guy that, was, he went to, they were in,
Yeah, that's true, actually. I actually,
Thailand
even though I didn't watch the show.
They were in Thailand. I didn't say it. That they were in Thailand, and then his buddy that he used to party with and go crazy with in Thailand, when he went and linked back up with him to check in on him, he was like, yeah, I don't do any of that anymore. I'm saved. I think he was like starting to become a monk or something like that.
Oh.
And he just was like, I'm out of the game on that because things got a little wet and wild for me one time. And
so that's me with comedy.
That's you with comedy. Yeah, you
I
went
don't know
a
where to
little too crazy. Yeah, you were going buck wild your whole life. You got a little too wild here on ESPN 106.3. And now you're kind of like neuter.
Yeah, I hit comedic rock bottom.
You did.
Right, like maybe someone that's addicted to meth, they wake up in the ditch one morning, they realize, wow, this is the worst moment of my life. It's only up from here. That was me in comedy.
Something had to change.
Mm-hmm.
And we slapped a big muzzle on the cat.
We got in an argument before the show about a hypothetical when it came to
Wait, say that. I'll keep that. I want you to do it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Devontae said we had Kev laughing. So we might do good. He believes in us. Devontae in the YouTube chat. Okay, go. I just want to give our compliment on air. I want people to know that there's people that think that we're funny as well.
Nice. That was before we cracked that epic joke coming into the segment.
That was before that, so now I'm waiting on the next comment. Mm-hmm. So if you're on YouTube right now and you heard that epic joke, just drop a comment. Just rate it 1 to 10.
Drop the laughing faces in the chat, please. Yeah. Call in and just laugh into your phone, and we'll put you on the air. And if you start talking, we'll hang up. We only were accepting laughs.
We just want laughs right now.
Only laughs in the Baptist Health Hotline.
And I'm not accepting the backlash I got from you and Brian when we had this argument before we started the show.
I'm almost thinking we got to table it for Tina.
Let's table it for Tina.
Table it for Tina.
Happy hours next. We're tabling it for Tina.
But I will say, everyone who's listening right now, you need to stick around because you will have an intense opinion on the matter, and we got to hear from you next.
I'm sick of people hating on me because I believe in myself. Maybe I'm the most undeserved hated person in sports. Theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast, professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Good people. It's Theo Dorsey. Celebrate Independence Day with baseball at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium for the Mega Bash July 3rd and 4th. Don't miss the biggest 4th of July party in Jupiter as the Palm Beach Cardinals and the Jupiter Hammerheads take the field. Both games start at 6 p.m. featuring post-game fireworks and the Mega Kids area with inflatables. Stop by the ticket office today or go to RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your tickets.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com, pbhnphysiciangroup.com, to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan man!
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
As market dynamics change, the quality and service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
Duffy's Sports Grill is raising a glass to the class of 2025. Every graduation deserves a party, and Duffy's is the place to celebrate. Reserve your spot now and let Duffy's handle it all. With private party spaces, party platters, and custom menus for groups of 12 or more. Plus, now through June 15th, get a $10 MVP bonus for every $50 in gift cards you grab. Level up your graduation at Duffy's. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to book your party today. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. And not the bad ones, not the ones that like to scam. We hate scammers around here. We hate all the scammers. Stop bragging about it. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. It's a feel-good Friday. Big shout to the guests we've had. We had a lot of voices on. We had Mike Rizzo early, talking a little Browns and Shador Sanders. Again, Russo and Rizzo, 4 to 6 p.m. right here on ESPN 106.3. We had Kevin Bozeman, stand-up comedian, giving me and C-Cat some game on how we can help develop our craft at stand-up comedy because we have to pay off the punchline picks. We lost picking against the spread in football this past season against Russo and Rizzo, so we have to do a stand-up set soon. We'll set a date for that. We'll pick a place, and we have the proper coach in Kevin Bozeman, so we got some expert advice. We also have C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos, and in comes Tina for the happy hour. What's happening, Tina?
Happy Friday.
Come on
It's
now.
birthday week.
That's right.
It's birthday week
It's still, still.
I mean,
Yeah,
like 2
just
days
a couple
removed.
days ago.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'm like,
I feel like that should have been said like Tuesday.
well,
What are you
maybe.
talking about? If the birthday is on Wednesday,
Yeah, I can claim
by
Friday.
definition, it is birthday week.
It is. It is.
And does it end on Sunday?
It ends tomorrow.
Okay.
It ends tomorrow. It ends at the end of May.
Okay.
I'm a wrap
for
up May
you,
with a
yes.
banger.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing yet tomorrow, but it's got to be a banger.
Okay.
So it's absolutely elite. In fact, the coach, I just got done doing an interview. Don't take away my birthday music. Don't fade it
All
out.
right.
I want it in there.
Still
yeah.
celebrating.
Hell yeah, I'm celebrating, damn
Good
it.
times, come on.
It's my birthday week still. I had an interview with the Benjamin head football coach out here, the newly minted Benjamin head football coach, and we found out we were birthday twins.
Oh, don't you love that?
No easy way to tell another grown man your birthday twin.
I was gonna say.
No easy way, but I did it in our interview.
You gonna
Check
call
it
him
out.
Bestie next time.
Check it out on YouTube at ESPN Top 63. I did it in our. I found the only way you can tell another grown man that y'all have the same birthday, and it's on YouTube. Just look it up at ESPN Top 63, and you'll see a picture of me and a brother, and he's coaching the Bucks. I did it like 2 or 3 minutes into the interview. I didn't lead off with it.
You know the best way to fish for a happy birthday?
How?
So let's say it's Wednesday, and I'm Theo. We're going to role play here. Wednesday, I'm Theo. Tina, you are doing your job. Myself, Theo, whose birthday is today, walks up to Tina and says, "Hey, happy birthday." And Tina's like, "Whoa, what? It's not my birthday. What are you talking about?" And you go, "Oh, I could have sworn we had the same birthday."
I like where you got. So I didn't like where you were going at first. I thought you were going to say, "Oh, it's not your birthday, it is mine." But then that's a more sneaky
Exactly.
way.
You give the false miscommunication.
Yes.
That you're birthday twins.
But here's the other issue of that. Then she's going to realize you don't even remember her birthday.
I guess so. That's a short-term loss for a short-term gain.
Yeah. So it's like net even.
I appreciate Facebook so much with birthday reminders.
Do you get on Facebook though?
No, but if I hate notifications on my phone.
Yeah.
So if there's a little bubble with a number on Facebook, but I'll also look ahead. Like when I'm on, I'll be like, okay, let's see for the next few days
coming up,
what birthdays are coming up that I need to know.
I think I'm gonna change my Facebook birthday.
Oh, really?
Just to see see how many people are doing what you're doing. I just want to just gauge the crowd.
That's got to be the 97% clip of people who say happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
That maybe don't listen to the show or watch the show, so they didn't hear it on your show.
Especially if I don't post it on Instagram or anything.
Yeah.
That's usually what it listens
It's a fair
more.
assumption. Like, how many people realistically should know your exact birthday date without any crutch, any aid of the internet?
Less than as many as I can hold in my hand.
I love now, though, that when you text on an iPhone someone happy birthday, it'll give you the option to add that to kind of their contact info.
Oh, I didn't know
Because then
that.
you get a reminder on your notifications that it's, Theo Dorsey's birthday.
Nice.
You won't miss it next year.
You won't.
Yeah, I won't miss it next year. It'll be on my phone that day.
So here's the only issue with that though, is now that I have your birthday saved in my contacts, is my phone going to alert me? Or is it just going to be under your contacts? I have to go to the contacts page.
No, so on your notifications, if you like open your or like unlock your phone and you like, it's not going to show now for me, but it'll show it'll say like Theo Dorsey's birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So
I'm
sure
Shador
you'll see
Sanders
it at some point during the day.
Shador Sanders' birthday is February 7th. Do we think Joe Flacco is going to tell him happy birthday?
No.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It'll also be like almost Super Bowl week, and the Browns are definitely not going to be in it. Flacco will probably be about retired at that point. And plus, he doesn't want to build a connection with anybody in his quarterback room.
They're probably still on their postseason family vacations at that point. Flacco is, Shador, maybe there's a Sanders family to get together.
Those have got to be interesting.
You think they all get together? Do you think they have family reunions?
Do I think that Coach Prime and the Sanders, well, yes, but that's an interesting question you pose because, everybody ain't getting invited to that family reunion. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
I think it's a little.
You think that there is there's little
things going on? No, not just classism. I think that they probably cool with the family that they cool with, but he had some problems with I know the wife, or the mother of the kids. Yeah,
didn't know that. Okay,
I think there's some issues there. I don't want to get into it.
I was going paternal, where the name has been passed down, where Dion's dad and Dion's dad's dad and aunties and uncles.
Nah, you gotta see if you get too big and too famous. Now, some people get that way because people ask them for money over and over and over throughout their life, and then they start to fade from their family. But outside of that, I think you better never get too big and outgrow your family. They're the ones that poured into you. They nurtured the roots.
Well, I guess the Sanders probably had a family reunion on draft day and the second draft day.
Ooh, 3 family reunions, 3 draft days for them, 3 draft parties.
Yeah,
3 for 1. That's better than a Duffy special.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Speaking of specials, speaking of drinks, Tina, do we have a cocktail of the day for this happy hour?
We do, and we kind of mentioned it. I was scammed.
You got scammed.
And this cocktail kind of goes with it because
you got scammed.
Do you have all of your kidneys?
Yeah.
I almost got scammed.
Huh.
Okay. So they only took one of them.
Yeah, I was about to say. So you'll be fine then. I think you can function with 1 kidney, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or maybe
2 kidneys, I think you're done.
How many appendix do you have?
1.
Okay, and that might just blow up on you and you're okay without it?
Yeah, appendicitis. Yeah, well, once it's about to blow up.
Appendicitis?
That's what they call it.
Appendicitis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big word for Elmo.
Are you sure?
1 letter away.
It's not appendicitis?
Nope.
No, it's not.
So what is
You're
it?
thinking of tendinitis.
What is it?
Appendicitis.
Have y'all had it or something?
I just watch a lot of TV.
And people get appendicitis a lot?
Yeah.
I
That
think
is always a plot device.
Every time my stomach hurts on the left side, I always think I got appendicitis. But I always called it appendicitis, and nobody ever corrected me.
So, Tina, you've got all of your organs.
I have all my organs.
They didn't get you for your kidneys or your appendix?
No, they didn't.
Okay, what about your gallbladder?
Nope, they didn't do that.
Doesn't that explode?
I got
too?
everything.
Yeah,
that can. Yes, that can have.
It's been known
that
to.
can cause issues.
That would be an issue for sure.
But this all started with a no caller ID calling me, and our cocktail of the day is called the Anonymous Caller Cocktail.
That actually sounds like something they serving at a speakeasy.
Well, no, because it's not a well drink or a well liquor, it's the call, which is the next level.
Anonymous call. Oh, because well call. Ooh, anonymous call.
Yeah, the call liquor. Am
Yeah.
I making things up here? or-
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's like on the first
The
shelf.
anonymous caller.
Well, is it well call?
Well, well
You're
is
thinking
one
of will
level.
call.
No.
Like a ticket.
These are 2 different words.
Well.
Not said together.
Okay.
Well drink.
Yeah.
Cheapest you can get, usually a drink special on the well alcohol.
Okay.
Then you have the call liquor.
I don't know
I've
what
never
that
heard of
is.
that.
Never heard of that, yeah.
I'm going to do some research and get back to you after Tina tells us what's in the anonymous caller.
We've got bourbon or rye whiskey,
Okay.
fresh lemon juice, maple syrup,
Need it.
smoked bitters, and for an optional garnish, you can do a single black cherry or a lemon twist.
Yeah. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me
Anonymous
up.
caller.
That is definitely a speakeasy type drink, dog. Like I can see it right now. You got to give the code at the door. It's always something silly. Dolphin. All right, going in there. It's always a line at the speakeasy bars too, because you're only in there for one thing. You know, everybody's like in line. You gotta wait like 30 minutes. I gave a password. Is there a second password to skip the line? No. Then you get to the front, you ask for an anonymous call.
Anonymous caller.
So a call liquor is when you specify what liquor you want in your drink.
Oh, okay.
So you don't
like a
say
sub.
whiskey and Coke, please. No, you'll get the well liquor. You ask for Jack and Coke. That's a call drink.
Oh, because you're calling it out almost.
Essentially,
Yeah.
I assume that's where it came from.
Huh.
Yeah,
What if you
speakeasies-
specify a well liquor? What if I say,
"Ooh, can I get you?"
I want Smirnoff.
I feel like that is still a call. They
'Cause you're
definitely
calling it out.
They've got cheaper vodka out there.
All right. Oh, okay. What's the most cheapest vodka you can think of? Let's offend somebody. I'm kidding. Let's not do it. Let's not do it.
Let's not do it.
Let's not do it. We might have a partner that's like,
Yeah.
Let's not do it. I used to get in trouble with that all the time. See, just like CK used to get in trouble with comedy, with just blurting out jokes here on the air.
I fly too close to the sun, and now my wings have melted.
Icarus. He's talking about the story of Icarus. I'm surprised you know that one.
What can I say? I'm a very learned individual. I'm an intellectual.
You're also good people.
So, Tina, how'd you
get scammed?
How'd you get scammed?
How'd you get scammed?
So I received a call yesterday from a no caller ID. And if I don't know the phone number, I don't ever answer. And if you call me and I don't answer, leave a voicemail. Because if you leave a voicemail, I'll listen to the voicemail and then I'll call you back if I know who you are. But if it's like a number I don't know, I'm not.
What about a text? You prefer a voicemail over a text when you don't have the number saved?
No, they could text me.
Okay.
Yeah, text me too. But I'm not going to just call a random number back if they don't leave me a voicemail or text me like, hey, it's Sally, blah, blah, blah. So I get a no caller ID call yesterday. I immediately decline it. I'm like, it's probably like a scam or whatever. Immediately decline it. I get 2 calls from them. I then see that they're leaving me a voicemail. I'm like, okay. Like, I feel like scammers usually don't leave voicemails. I get the voicemail and I'm looking at it and I'm reading it. And it says, hello, I'm looking for Christina Costanza.
That's you.
This is Sergeant blank blank. We'll say.
No, air him out.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name. It was like a BB. Like
Richard Blank.
Richard Blank.
Richard Blank.
This is Sergeant Richard Blank from the local police department where I live. I'm looking to reach you on some legal documents that you are involved with. Please call me back, and leaves a callback number. Again, the number is such and such and such. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah.
I immediately go into a panic because I'm thinking this is so weird. They know my first and last name. It's the police department where I live. I'm just thinking of anything that I could have done for the police department to be calling me. And then I also I've never been called from the police department. So I go, is it normal for it to be a no caller ID? I don't know.
You know what the police department said? They said, long time listener, first time caller.
That's what I was thinking.
And I go, I'm like, okay, they left me a callback number. So I'm actually in the car with one of our teammates here, and we're driving to actually get our nails done yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And
you and Mike Rizzo or?
No, it was
Okay.
not Mike Rizzo. And
good one.
I ask her, does he need his nails done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, she seems so concerned. No, it was just I just picked a guy because it was, that's the
Okay.
joke of it. Yeah, okay. Just keep going. I'm sorry.
So I immediately panic and I go, we have to figure this out right now. I am thinking of anything possible that I could have done. Did I not pay something? Did I do something wrong?
Evading taxes, possibly.
Was I involved in something? I have no idea. My mind goes 100 places.
There's something you must have done wrong over the past 4 or 5 years. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's what your gut was telling you.
Did you kill any bald eagles?
No, my gut was telling me though that I did something wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm in trouble.
Maybe like a late night, 3 a.m. misty night driving home, and you just crack someone.
Yeah.
And then you think, maybe that was a deer, and you drive away.
That's what
I have no idea. I'm
Okay.
just thinking of everything bad
didn't say no.
that could happen or that I've done for the police department to be calling me. So I ask our teammate, I go, we're listening to the voicemail on my car. And I go, okay, can you look up this phone number? They left me a number to call back. And again, they know my first last name. It's the police department where in the city I live in. So we look up the phone number. And it says that there's no number attached to this. I then just start thinking, though, I'm like, again, is it just normal for like the police department's number to be out there in the open that would call about legal situations? I don't know. This has never happened in my life before. I've never been contacted by the police.
What a nice life you're living.
So I ask her, I go, what do I do? This is a no caller ID, a voicemail. I'm panicking that I did something wrong. We then call my police department of the city I live in.
Big shout.
Not emergency number.
Yeah.
She looks it up. I call them and they answer and they're like, hi, like, how may I help you? And I go, hi, I just received a call. Also a big detail I'm leaving out. Before I called, we looked up this sergeant to see if it was an actual sergeant for this police department.
Yeah, it was.
Legit. He works for my city police department.
Identity theft.
So I'm like, okay, then again.
Impersonating an officer.
Yes, so I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, this is all lining up too much. This is a real sergeant for this police department.
Yeah.
They know my name. They know where I live. Like, this is weird. And again, panicking that I've done something very wrong.
You must live in a real small town the way you're being so covert about your police department. But continue. No, it's okay.
I don't know. I'll say it.
No, don't say it. I don't want you to give it away now. You've already, you're hiding your identity.
Yeah.
I mean, this person, the scammer already knows
The
where you live.
scammer knows everything about me.
Waiting for you.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll get her one day. That was just attempt number one.
There's a car parked outside your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a sergeant badge.
So that's a big detail I've left out where all these things are lining up. It's seeming true. Call the non-emergency police number and I tell them that I just received a call from a no caller ID from Sergeant Robert Blank and that he's looking to talk to me about some legal documents that I'm involved in. And she goes, okay, he actually just got on shift, so can you please hold for a moment? I'm like, okay. So he's working, this sergeant, and I'm waiting on the phone for like a minute or so, just, again, my mind racing and going to 100 different places. And it comes back, she's like, hi, miss. And she goes, so he has confirmed that he did not call you. And this is a scam going on. And she was like, did you call the number back? I go, no. I looked up you guys to just see if like I didn't know.
Yeah, snitch.
And so she was like, it's okay. It's a scam. Don't call the number back. But thank you so much for letting us know. But I panicked for a good 5 to 10 minutes that I was in some serious trouble.
Oh, rightfully so. And I got a message from somebody who says they're familiar with this scam, and what they were going to try to do is get you to Cash App them. And if they just to pay for any random issue they would have brought up, and then they would have left you alone, but you would have just been out of that money, but you would have been out of trouble as well.
The non-emergency police also told me that they would say like a number, like a case number, if they were actually like needing something.
Thank
like,
you.
oh, case number. Yes.
All right, good. So we're going to help.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to help
Yes.
the scammers.
Yes.
Now,
Sorry.
If you want to look a little bit more realistic, throw case number 0967453. Thank you.
Just throw a case number
This
out
is also
there.
helping people if you get this call and they
Well, now
don't
the
do
case
this.
number is going to be involved, and you just did was
this audience is full of scammers.
Yes,
so
of course they are.
we know who we're talking to right now, and we're helping more scammers than we are helping good citizens.
Yes, good and innocent human beings. The scammers are now aware.
So the playbook's out now.
Yeah.
So
it's okay.
We got a mole now.
But also what we can do now is that police department, they got to have a third line of defense now. A third line of defense.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be more than just a case number now.
Yeah.
They got to like show a picture of you or something. Scammers could get that too, though.
Should we key Tina in on our great debate that we had before the show today?
Yes.
Ooh.
Let's get her in on it because I want to know what she thinks she would actually be good at doing in this. Let's get her in on this right now. So CCAT brings this up to me, and where did this come from?
This is just a random Twitter user.
Okay, random Twitter user tweeted out, which would you be more likely to succeed at? Getting an actual hit in Major League Baseball, the big leagues.
Okay.
A hit.
Against an MLB pitcher.
MLB, yeah. It's not. It's got to be like an actual MLB pitcher that's pitching today, not like you can't just put me on the MLB roster and call me a pitcher.
Okay.
A hit in a baseball game or scoring a goal in an NHL game. Which one do you think you can actually complete? which is more likely? If I said you get 1,000 attempts at both, which one would you walk off of the playing field first successful? Now, let me give you the parameters of this to make it a little easier. In hockey, there's way too many variables to say I'm going to throw you in a game and get a goal. So are we dumbing it down to just a penalty shot?
I don't want to say penalty shot. I want to say this simulation starts with you having the puck at center ice.
On a breakaway.
Sure.
At center ice? Are the defensive people are the defensive men in front of you is my question.
No. You've got like a 10-foot head start. So they can chase you down.
Yeah.
But you've got a head start.
Okay, so you got a head start as you and the goalie, and this is an NHL game, or you're in the batter's box, and there's a Major League Baseball pitcher on the mound. There's 8 excellent Major League Baseball defenders out in the outfield and the infield, and all of them are trying to get you out at first.
They're, not even excellent. They're just a average defensive team.
Average.
But they're good enough to
average.
be pros, but they're not the best of the best at every position. No.
So we're not talking White Sox, but we're not talking about Dodgers.
Okay.
All right, somewhere in the middle.
For me?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you guys say?
I said I'm scoring a goal in hockey.
And I thought that was bat bleep crazy. I thought that and this is speaking from a baseball player perspective, played 1 year of college ball in the lowest possible way you can. But I have baseball experience not too long ago. And even I would say baseball would be an easier feat. Getting a hit against a Major League Baseball pitcher would be easier than scoring a goal in a hockey game in the NHL.
But that's not fair.
Why is that not fair?
Because you saying it's easier in baseball is because you played baseball.
Baseball guys love to gatekeep how hard the sport is.
I know.
They love the phrase, the hardest thing to do in sports.
So difficult.
No, it's not. I'm sorry,
Half
it's
the
not.
girls got beer bellies, man. Tina.
I'm going to say baseball. I would just swing so early. I would just...
Not even swing. You just stick the bat out there. If he's throwing
just bunt?
95.
Yeah, I would just bunt.
Sweep
Yeah,
out.
I would bunt or swing very early. I don't think I would be... I think hockey... Hockey is so crazy to me because you're on ice, you're on skates, you got a puck, you got a stick, you're in pads.
That's hockey, yeah. Hold on. That is hockey.
Yeah.
Was that the best definition of hockey we've ever had? And is that the rule book?
Oh, wait, she has Webster's dictionary right in front of her.
There's so much that goes into playing hockey that I would lose the puck immediately.
It's very heavy, too. If you've ever put on it
Think about how
hockey pad.
small the goal is and how big the goalie when they put their pads on and they have the glove and they have the stick.
Yeah.
There's no chance, Theo, that you're scoring a goal in a hockey game before you would be able to get a hit in a Major League Baseball game.
Either you're overestimating my baseball prowess or you're underestimating my hockey prowess. Huh?
How are you as an ice skater?
I can go forward. I'm smooth. I can't do a lot. I'm not doing laps and all that left and right, but I can get forward. I can get going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you like a little wobbly, like right when you step on?
Yeah, I get a little wobbly.
But we've seen Major League Baseball pitchers get hits.
Yeah.
Over like a 0.5% of the time in Major League Baseball, and those guys haven't swung a bat since they were in Little League often. And yes, we're now into the universal DH days, but when that was happening in baseball, these guys who just are not professional hitters, they're not hitters whatsoever.
They practice
and they
a little
would
bit.
be no, they don't.
A little
They
swing.
by definition do not touch the bat, swing the bat, and risk getting injured.
A little BP.
And they are able to just swing and pray, and eventually they hit off the end of the bat. It bloops into right field for a base hit.
Boom. I got a supporter right here. Brandon in the YouTube chat says, CCAT, come on now. You can score a goal in hockey when it's wide open on a penalty.
But this is the average person. Like, who would this most likely happen? And there's so much of a percentage of the average person that don't know how to ice skate.
Yeah,
that
that's
would
true.
not be able to
Colin
even
Russo.
get to
Can
the
ice skate?
goalie.
I heard he can't ice skate.
Wow.
Like, they would have to just immediately drop to the floor and then shoot from mid-ice with the goalie still there. That's the only chance they would have for a lot of percentage of people.
But you need less things to happen for you. That's the one thing. There's more variables when you're in the batter's box. First of all, you got to get contact against the Major League Baseball pitcher. But I'm sure it's not going to be just making it easier. It's not going to be a bunch of heaters over the middle.
They'd get bored.
Oh, so you're gonna tire them out?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's not fair. See, but now you're changing the variables in a way that so the goalie's going to get tired.
So are you as the hockey person. You're going to have scrapes over your knees.
So you're not
going to
get tired of swinging in the batter's box? I mean,
it's a lot less physically taxing to stand in the batter's box than it is to try to skate back and forth when you don't know how to skate and don't know how to play hockey.
I don't know. because you can just keep slapping the puck at the net. I can get the puck in the net before I get not because think about it. This is
You could remove the goalie from the situation,
and I would get it.
I mean, eventually you wouldn't get the first time like you know Happy
max.
Gilmore.
3 tries max. I'm getting that thing in there. I'm shooting it on target. That's one thing I'm confident about. I'm shooting it on target. He can stop it, yeah. I'm shooting the thing on target. And if you swinging the bat 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 times in a row, you think by the time you finally do make contact and it's fair, you're going to then also have the energy to get to first base before they throw you out?
But I bet the people that have never touched a bat in their lives, or the last time I touched it was when they were in 3rd grade, would not be dumb enough to think that they can swing the bat to hit the ball.
Oh, they're just gonna bunt.
They would stick the bat out there and not necessarily bunt, because when you bunt, you're trying to not hit the ball hard at all. You're trying to slow the ball down.
Yeah.
If you just stick the bat out there, it would eventually hit the sweet spot and eventually go over first baseman's head.
So your strategy in this
is the numbers and probability. Yeah.
You're just going to stick the bat out and hope that the ball bounces off your bat in the perfect way so that it stays fair and you're going to get to first base before they throw you out. That's your strategy.
Listen, we're not talking about
I thought it was just hitting a ball.
No,
we gotta get to first base too.
You have to be safe.
You have to get a hit, like in the scorebook.
Umpire got to go safe.
No errors.
Is that how it sounds when they do it? Safe. Mm-hmm. I never really I ref basketball.
They don't verbalize that often.
Yeah.
Think about it. Out. Yeah. I think they more so focus on the dramatics of their body language.
Yeah, like a block or a charge.
Mm-hmm.
A good woo! As a former official, calling especially if you're at the home court of the team that earned the charge and it's late in the game and it's a critical possession and you see the play and it's bang, bang. And you see the contact on that fast break layup and the guy had great guarding position and this is the charge and you know you're about to get one and you gear up for it, there's no better feeling as an official than to deliver a good charge call. That's number one, paramount.
Tina, who won the argument?
Well, it's me and you versus Theo.
Right.
Okay.
So she chose your side before, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But like,
who had a more compelling point, though?
I want to make this happen, though,
around the horn, who got points?
Yeah, around the horn is gone now. We need to be satisfied in a different way now. We need to get around the horn style stuff here on Theoretically Speaking. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
So I win.
We'd get Clinton Yates on.
I win.
Like that.
We need the sounders for it.
Ba-gung.
Yeah.
Ba-gung.
Can we get Tony Reali?
He's got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We can promote it on these airwaves and get him on.
Let's just start commenting on every single YouTube show he does and then see if he responds and then bring him on.
What's a good a ha-ha sideways laughing face? Good one, Tony.
Good one, Tony. Just keep on just sprinkling with good one Tonys the whole time. Tina, who won? Who do you think? Who do you think won? Is it easier for a baseball hit? Because remember, you got to hit it and get it on base, or to get the puck in the net. Here's the one thing we haven't thought about: deflections. The puck he could save it almost, and then it pops off and it goes in. It happens. It happens.
When there's other offenders with you. We're not talking about an assist.
But the defensive dudes are going to be chasing me down, right? And I'm going to be charging the net on a breakaway. And all I'm saying is, as they're hitting me, I'm like, it's going to be magical, slow motion, and it's going to ricochet off of this, and it's going to go top shelf, and then boom.
I love all your sound effects.
Yeah, and then I beat Sergei Bobrovsky. Shout out to Cats.
Again, the person that's trying to get a hit in a Major League Baseball game will not be trying to drive the ball to the gaps.
Yeah.
Won't be trying to put some oomph into it and get this ball over the fence like a Major League Baseball player might be doing in the year 2025.
The pitcher's going to see you just holding your bat out, and he's just going to pitch it softer than. You're just holding your bat out. He's just going to.
I'm not going to let them know that I'm bunting.
Exactly. Maybe after the 30th attempt, they would catch on.
Yeah.
After you tried the first 29
After 29 in a row, you think
Why
maybe
is
the
she
pitcher would
swinging
catch.
before I even let the ball go?
Yeah, seeing your strategy swinging quick, you're probably going to hurt yourself doing that too. So, I don't know. So we didn't come to a ruling.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie. And that tie brought to you by SLBT. Because if you're tired, SLBT, tire, you're tired.
If you're tired.
Okay, why would you go to SLBT if you're tired?
I don't know.
You're tired of car troubles.
Tired like a vehicle?
I guess so.
The wheel?
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, well, why'd you try to add on to my segue? I had the perfect segue, and then boom, here comes C-Cat. I threw it off the backboard to myself, and then you tried to dunk it with me.
What can I say?
Sorry?
That will never happen.
Well, if you're tired of car trouble,
wow.
St. Lucie Battery and Tire is not just a tire place.
Uh-oh.
It's a local family-run business that's been doing this for over 50 years. That means they care, they know what they're doing, and they will treat you right. I've gone in needing help with a flat tire, a weak battery, you name it, and they've always had me back on the road fast, no upsell, no pressure, just honest work at honest prices. And they don't just work on cars, they handle RVs, boats, commercial fleets, you name it, 24/7 roadside emergency service. Whether you need new tires, a battery, or just want to shop, you can trust. Go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, family run, community first, and always reliable. Check them out at slbt.com.
Man, oh man. This is a time in sports where, for most professional sports league, when you see a headline about yourself, generally ain't a good thing because we're in that offseason period. And the headline I've seen about Zion Williamson, definitively not one you want to see about yourself, especially as the Pelicans just made the news announcement recently that pretty much everybody's on the table to sell. Everybody is available for trade as the Pelicans try to retool in a Western Conference that is absolutely loaded. Knicks beat the Pacers last night. We don't know who's coming out of the East between the Knicks and the Pacers. We still got Game 6 and potentially Game 7. But in the West, we do have the Oklahoma City Thunder, a burgeoning potential dynasty, young, defensively stout, and extremely talented, and also very deep with draft capital coming up. I don't know what you've been told, but I can tell you right now, the Western Conference, teams out there that feel like they have a chance, they are about to start retooling like nobody's business this offseason, and I'm excited for it. A little bit of that, a little bit of NBA talk, plus, of course, we got to deliver you some pretty fun news on the other side here. That's Tina. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
The playoffs are heating up, but your home shouldn't. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Introducing DQ Grill & Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all-white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill & Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill & Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Big news, West Palm Beach! Greenway Kia is rolling out the red carpet for our grand reopening, and you're invited! Right now, drive home in a new 2024 Kia Telluride, luxury, performance, and value, starting at just $38,998. No tariffs, just huge savings! Get incentives up to $11,000 off MSRP on select new Kias. Got a trade-in? We need it! Any make, any model, any condition! We'll give you up to $6,000 over Kelley Blue Book value towards the purchase of any red tag Kia in stock. Worried about credit? Don't be. If you got a job bringing home $350 a week, we want to improve your credit today. So what are you waiting for? Come celebrate our grand reopening at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or visit GreenwayKiaWestPalmBeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
With approval through KFA, stock number SG005991, MSRP $45,235, plus tax tag and $9.99 admin fee. Negative equity refinanced. Offers don't combine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the finale is set for the biggest club soccer tournament in Europe, and it's never been easier to get in on the action. The Hard Rock Bet app allows you to place bets on your phone faster than you can scream golazo. Plus, you can get up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. That's only on Hard Rock Bet, Florida Sportsbook. Roll with us. Payable in bonus bets up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. The wager terms and conditions apply. Considered by gambling. Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
As market dynamics change, the quality of service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan man!
God knows I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need her, my babies.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Hey, Culligan man!
Y'all know when I was out there in Europe, one of the big things that people actually complain about, Americans that go out there complain about, is how every restaurant you go to, not only do you have to request water because you have to pay for the still water, they also never give you any ice.
Mm-hmm. No ice unless it's an alcoholic drink.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I didn't mind it. Never even thought about it. Like, it was fine with me. But what I will tell you is, didn't get a drop of Culligan water while I was out there. Not Paris.
Hey, Culligan man!
Not Milan. Not even Florence. I was disappointed. But you know what? Maybe that's why I was sent there. To spread the good word.
Maybe.
About Culligan water. I've told y'all about the products I have at my home, right? So I have the reverse osmosis system. That helps purify my water. So the stuff that goes through my fridge, the ice, that's good to go. Through my faucet, that's good to go. Drinking water is perfect. Also, I have a water softener through Culligan. And you know what that does? Yeah, it takes all those minerals out of that hard water you might have in your home. And Florida has some pretty terrible water. So what you're going to want to do is what I did. Go to Culligan.com. Culligan.com. That's the website. And then sign up for a free water test. And then they will come to your home. Pull up on you.
Hey, Culligan man!
And they'll show you what they showed me. It's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of your faucet, but the taste is difficult to ignore. When they do that free water test for you, they will let you taste Culligan water. They will tell you the exact contaminants that are in the water coming out of your faucet, and then they'll tell you how they can help you eradicate those issues. That's what Culligan does. And try it today for a low monthly rate. Now's the time to get your free water test before the summer months really kick in. It's getting hot out there. So visit Culligan.com, schedule your free water test today, and do not forget to say,
hey, Culligan man!
Woo! Culligan water, especially when it's cool, when it's ice cold. I'm like, that's refreshing. Speaking of cold, how about we get to an exciting moment, a thrilling moment, our EDS coolest moment of the week.
Time now for the coolest moment of the week. Presented by EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDS is yes.
Stephon Diggs was on. No, I'm kidding.
He looked kind of cool.
He was really cool on that boat, though. He was. But this ain't about Diggs. This is about the team that is once again at the most prominent stage in its sport for the third straight year. The Florida Panthers, for the third straight year, will be competing for the Stanley Cup trophy, for Lord Stanley. And they got there by way of a big-time goal that happened in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Barkov breaks free to the front of that backhand feed. Verhaeghe, and he scores! And the Panthers take a 4-3 lead with 7:39 to go in the third. The Panthers are back in front. Carter Verhaeghe upstairs. What a pass from Barkov. And the Panthers once again in front here in Raleigh.
Doug Plague is on the call for the Florida Panthers Radio Network. And what I will tell you is when you get big-time goals like that from Carter Verhaeghe, when you have all the moxie, it don't matter who's going up against you, even if it is the big bad Edmonton Oilers. With the star power, with the might that they have, second straight year, it's going to be Oilers versus Panthers, and the Panthers looking to repeat. Very excited about that. That is your EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment of the week.
I don't care about Hyman. I don't care about McDavid.
Yeah.
I care about these cats in South Florida who are making a hockey mainstay right now. And people aren't paying enough attention to it because, they are an Eastern Conference dynasty.
I shouldn't have gave you a growl for that. Stop calling them a dynasty. You can't be a dynasty for conference.
They're a dynasty within this coast.
You don't do that.
Yes.
You don't do that.
LeBron James was a dynasty in the East Coast.
That is only slightly passable because you're talking about a singular person, which gives it a little bit more credit. But saying a team is a dynasty in a conference, you don't compete for dynasties of championship appearances. You compete for dynasties of championships.
All coaches say their number one goal immediately is to win their division.
Nice.
So if you are always accomplishing that division goal, you're running a dynasty in the AFC East. Of course it was for the Patriots in that division.
Gosh, they did not call that
the
a dynasty.
Jets were under the Patriots rule. The Bills were under Patriots rule, and so were the Dolphins under the Patriots dynasty in that division.
They're going to kill you in the chat.
So if we're going to go all the way to a conference, it's a dynasty.
They're going to kill you in the chat for this one. Jonathan Zaslow, our guy, voice of the 305, ESPN Radio, he killed Kat for this take yesterday.
Oh, really?
Killed him for it.
And
Which hated it.
He's a huge Florida Panther fan.
Huge Florida Panthers fan. He hated that take.
Wow.
Well, you know what?
That says a lot.
He's not here to defend himself. So as far as this show goes, only two people hate me.
Who's the two?
Well, Tina, I'm assuming she hated me.
Oh,
you
don't hate him
like the
anymore?
take?
No, I don't hate him.
So you agree with me that the Panthers are an Eastern Conference dynasty.
I wouldn't agree with that take.
How many
I don't
Eastern
hate
Conference
you, though.
championships do they need to win in a row to be considered that? Does it got to be 10? Got to be
In a row?
No, you don't get considered that. That's the issue. It's not whether or not they are a mainstay.
Yeah. Brandon in the YouTube chat saying a dynasty is winning 3 championships in a short span.
Championships.
They are winning 3 Eastern Conference championships.
They didn't even take the trophy.
I'm not saying they're a hockey dynasty. They are the Eastern Conference dynasty currently playing in the NHL.
When someone closes their eyes, you just know how frustrated they are.
I'm very frustrated with C-Cat.
Yes, you close your eyes.
It's impossible. The only way that I can get out of this frustration, ease my mind a little last call in the happy hour. That usually soothes me.
It sure does.
This last call, who's this brought to us by?
Our good friends that you go to if you've got some foot and/or ankle pain.
Yeah, any kind
Maybe
of joints.
you need to see an expert in this field, but I'm just shooting from the hip.
Well, is joint pain affecting your quality of life? Because at Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. It was the year 2000, and the artist Aaliyah had some advice for the Edmonton Oilers. She was 25 years ahead of her game when she said the following. Fill in the blank.
Oh.
Counting the words.
2 words.
All right.
Aaliyah in 2000.
Am I supposed to know who Aaliyah is? Is this another travesty? Aaliyah isn't like just somebody's cousin somewhere or someone that sat next to you on the bus one day. Aaliyah?
This is tough.
Spelled with an A?
2 of them. I'm going to forgive you for not knowing Aaliyah, but I won't forgive you if you don't get this line right. Fill in the blank 2 words. Advice for the Edmonton Oilers. If at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and
go home.
This is for the Edmonton Oilers who are in the Stanley Cup Finals. No, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pick yourself up
2
and
words.
try again.
Boom!
All
He
right.
got it. He got it.
Yeah.
He is an Aaliyah fan. You are an Aaliyah fan.
I was just joking. Me and her go way back.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
Actually, used to hang out with her brother back in the day.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Now that's something. We're in good company. Wow. So that was the last call. Shout out Aaliyah. Hopefully the Oilers do not pick themselves up and try again successfully because we want the Panthers to win, despite them failing to credential the boy. It's the happy hour, theoretically speaking, on ESPN 106.3.
In South Florida, when it's time to get back in the game, there's a name you need to know. HSS Florida. HSS ranked #1 in orthopedics for 15 years in a row by U.S. News and World Report. HSS brings world-class care to Palm Beach and Wellington. Whether it's a joint replacement, sports injury, or orthopedic trauma, HSS Florida treats athletes of all ages. Visit hss.edu/Florida to schedule your consultation today. HSS Florida, where champions and everyday people alike get the care they need to stay at the top of their game.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Mansour's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Mansour's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Got a question for you.
Please.
Is your air or water flowing perfectly in your home?
Thinking.
If the answer is no, C-Cat, EDS is yes. Right? Come on now. It's the only right answer. If there's a room in your home that's always too hot or freezing cold, maybe you're running out of hot water when you need it most. If the answer is no to the question, is your air or water flowing perfectly in your home? Then EDS is yes. EDS is Palm Beach County's trusted AC and plumbing expert. I'm telling you, man, they're going to make sure your air and water flow perfectly so you can then relax perfectly in comfort. Plus, with the flexible financing options, your budget won't stand between you and the comfort you deserve. So tap in with the boy. Tap in with the good people. They've been servicing the area since 2006. Call today or visit edsyes.com because when comfort matters, EDS is yes. Wow, wow, wow. What a week of shows. Did you see the trolling by Sabrina Ionescu? By the way, Sabrina Ionescu of the New York Liberty, also of my WNBA fantasy basketball team. Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah, a WNBA fantasy basketball team?
I'm deep in it. I'm deep in it, man.
I searched Sabrina and auto-corrected to Sabrina Carpenter.
Wow.
So,
well, that's the second. I mean, they're tit for tat when it comes to famous Sabrinas right now.
Really?
Carpenter and Ionescu?
Carpenter
was
outclasses Ionescu.
For sure. Sabrina Carpenter, I'm not trying to disparage her. She had a great Christmas special. But Sabrina Ionescu's right there. Did you see her joking with SGA?
Yeah, it sounded like this.
Have you ever seen a player draw 16 fouls?
Never. She didn't want to. She didn't want to lose, and that was a good thing. I mean,
snuck it in there.
SGA drawing 26 fouls in a game. 16 fouls.
Yeah, 16 fouls. I mean, to be honest with you, yes, that is SGA, that is Brunson. The one negative spot from last night, as we do get more basketball in the Eastern Conference Finals, but we're this much closer to a Brunson versus SGA flop fest in the NBA Finals, I don't think I could watch it. I don't think I could. That would be a bad. I would love to watch Pacers Thunder. I couldn't watch Brunson and SGA just trading flails and flops back and forth. It gets a little bit annoying. So that's just me, though. Much love to all the people that pulled up. The good people. Have a good feel-good Friday and a weekend. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Claire. She loves her motorcycle, and she's learned to love the insects she encounters on her rides. She may not know the difference between a gnat and a mosquito at 55 miles per hour, but she does know one thing. It's always gross when one flies into her mouth. But she's so used to it that it's weird when it doesn't happen. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back with comprehensive and collision coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call